All right, it's Christmas time once again. My God, this is like the most celebrated period of the year, and that's the Christmas period. My God, it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. So, guys, how are you doing? Wherever you are, and I certainly hope that I'm finding you well. You know, it's Christmas time. It has different meanings to different people. To me, for example, I grew up celebrating Christmas because I've understood that it is the birth of Christ. For some people, it's just a holiday. For some people, it means different things. And I know these days it's almost about Santa Claus. I don't know how you take it wherever you are, but whatever it is, what I know for sure is that it's a season of celebration, whatever that means. How are we feeling, guys, wherever you are? I certainly hope that, you're doing very well, man. I'm sure you are. Okay, got some people right out of my front gate right here. What's going on? So it's a Merry Christmas to everyone who's watching this video right now. You know, guys, there's this strange thing about Christmas. It does not arrive with a calendar for some of us. It does not knock politely on the 25th. Christmas actually arrives early. It arrives in our memories. And for those of you in the diaspora, Christmas begins the moment the air changes. The cold, it starts to sharpen, especially those who are in Europe and maybe in the Americas. The days are shortened, I believe, over there. And then suddenly, without warning, home begins to speak to you. You are walking to work in a heavy coat, breath floating like smoke, and somewhere between the bus stop and the office door, you smell nothing, yet in your mind, you are smelling of roasted meat, you are smelling of chibage, jakonoko, smelling of wood smoke, wet soil from the rains. This is when you know Christmas has started. Not on the 25th though, but in your heart. And for some of us here at home, it means different things. It means shopping, for example. And I, for one, am big on food. So, Christmas means different things for different people. For some of us, it's a time to spend with family. Yes. Christmas was never an event when we were growing up. It was a season, you could say. It did not begin with decorations for some of us. It began with movement, the movement of people, the movement of plans, movement of hope. Remember taienda ku Zimbabwe vano, where we felt like ndokukunonakidza. Some people will go to the rural areas, and some in the rural areas will come to the city. December meant roads were filling up. Buses were heavy kuremerwa. With groceries from Harare. Rice, maize meal, plastic chairs tied in ropes. You know? Boxes marked fragile that were never really fragile. December meant children counting days, not because of gifts, but because someone was coming home. Could be a father, it could be a mother, it could be a brother, an uncle who had left years ago and coming back to the village. Filled with stories, these people. They would tell us stories from where they have been. You know, Christmas was like full of clothes, not because they were fashionable, but because they were new. You know, that special dress, that special t-shirt, that special dress, you know, that one dress that you were warned not to play with. I said, don't dirty that dress. But somehow wearing that dress made you feel different, made you stand taller, made you feel bigger. When you dress like this, you then go all the way to the growth points, if you were like me. And there's always a special event. And we would play my records way at growth point. Who remembers that? And of course, Christmas food was never about variety, to be honest. It was about meaning. For example, you know, people would slaughter goat that took weeks of discussions on whether we should catch one. And chickens would mysteriously disappear from my yard one by one. Sadza staring slowly, and rice it should be up aside. So even those that had little found a way to make something work for themselves. So because Christmas back home, guys, Christmas is not about abundance, guys. It is about togetherness, pretending to be abundant. One pot fed many, many mouths. One joke fed many, many laughs. One radio, chayo, played music loud enough to convince everyone that things were just okay. And for a moment, they were. Now, let's talk about the other Christmas. The one that is wrapped in silence, Diaspora. The one that is living in rented rooms, shared kitchen. Night shifts, double shifts in the Diaspora. Christmas smells like reheated food over there. Sounds like WhatsApp voice notes, played too many times. It looks like video calls that freeze just when laughter begins. Christmas is measured in money in these days, you know. It's very unusual. But we thank you guys for sending school fees, for sending something small, back home where people are saying, thank you, we are fine. But of course, you know, fine means many meanings. Diaspora is strange. You are surrounded by lights, yet out there is dim. You are surrounded by people, yet you feel alone. You are praised for surviving abroad, but no one really sees how much you are missing. And then there is those of us at home. We are waiting. We are waiting for calls. We are waiting for promises. Waiting for December to feel like December again. Waiting for the gates to open. Waiting for doorsteps that sounds familiar. Waiting for the return that may never come. Waiting for you guys. For people at home, Christmas is measured in hope. We cook just in case you come. We clean just in case a visitor comes. We prepare a room just in case a visitor comes, because hope, when it hurts, it still is hope. Christmas is a mirror. It shows us who we were, who we are, and who we are becoming. It reminds some of us guys here, you know, even you guys in the diaspora, why you left and why leaving never really meant leaving, if it makes sense. It reminds those at home, of course, that love travel even when bodies cannot. Christmas asks uncomfortable questions. Who did we become to survive? What did we trade for progress? How much of home still lives inside us? One moment, guys. Rasta, wagwan there, Rasta. We say, I'm going to put in Christmas books. Yes, I am. One love, respect. Aiwa, nasi ndiripo. Nangoti ndingokutsvaga, nasi ndingokukandiroka nakadula. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Okay, cheers. And perhaps the hardest question of all is, can we belong in two places without breaking? Home here and home over there. Wherever home is. And here's the truth we don't say out loud, guys. Christmas hurts. It hurts because memory is sharper than reality. It hurts because love stretches across oceans and sometimes tears. It hurts because success does not cancel this longing that you have for home. But also Christmas heals. It heals by reminding us that we come from somewhere, that we are connected, that we matter no matter how far we go, home remembers us. Christmas, guys, is not a date. It's a recognition that we are more than workers out there in the diaspora, right? You are more than immigrants in the diaspora. You are more than senders of money. Recognition that those at home are more than just receivers. Christmas is the agreement we make silently to make loving each other despite the distances that exist between us, despite the times, despite the change. It is the season when we forgive ourselves, you could say, for not being able to do everything to everyone. Because some of you in the diaspora, this is the season when you actually receive a lot of phone calls from literally every relative that you know. It is the season when we whisper to ourselves, I am doing the best I can. So, to you in the diaspora, waking late, watching snow fall on streets that do not know your name, may this Christmas remind you that your sacrifices has meaning and your stories are still being written. And for some of us here at home, waiting, hoping, holding spaces for loved ones far away, may this Christmas remind us that we are seen, we are also loved, and our patience is not invisible. May the fire still burn. May the radios still play loud in your hearts. May the laughter still rise, even if it is just soft. May Christmas find you not as a perfect moment, but as a gentle reminder that we belong to each other. And wherever you are watching from right now, wherever your heart is anchored at this moment, may peace sit with you. May memories warm you. And may hope knock again tomorrow. From my heart to yours, and from the dusty roads here in Zimbabwe to the cold streets there abroad. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, and may we all find our own way home, whichever way it is, in one way or the other. Until we meet again, Merry Christmas and bye-bye.